Howdy folks, it's Talter here and welcome back to Microsoft Flight Simulator. Back at it at the Czech route. I know it's only been a couple days since the last video for you, but it's been like a week and a half break for me, so we're back at it. Hopefully legs 6, 7, 8 in this video. I assume you've watched the videos before this, so that's all the intro you get. Let's get going. Alrighty, we should not have to repair and refuel, but let's hop outside, see where they put us. Whoa, that is loud. Alrighty, oh, very nice long runway. Nice and long, better than the short one, so good. Okay, very cool. Let's just look around and enjoy the scenery while we're here. It's been a while. Oh yeah, I remember this. We ran into a tree that didn't exist or something, and we had to refly the entire leg because it didn't bring us back to the closest waypoint, which should have been like right there or something. Nice city, beautiful, beautiful. Over there, we came from over there, yeah. Alrighty, let's see here. Let's hop inside. Let's get some things set up. Is there a GPS option? There is, although I don't think it's going to the right place. It's still messed up and pointing somewhere else because it should be slightly to the left instead is behind us. So, we'll use heading bug instead, which is fine. Alright, let's see. What do we need to do? Let's get some stuff set up here. Where are we headed to in this leg? We're headed to Kilo Victor. So let's see where that is on here to see what kind of terrain we're going to deal with. Okay, we're going to go up a little bit and land on the side of the mountain. Not a big deal. So let's pull up the VFR map and get our elevation for Kilo Victor. And that'll help us decide what we're going to do with the autopilot. Kilo Victor is 2,000 feet. So we want to be above that. So let's go 5,000 feet for this leg. And then we'll come down as we need to. We're going to use heading bug for this one. Oh wait, I wasn't supposed to hit that yet. Shoot, if I hit it before I'm in the air, there seems to be problems. I learned that last time, so now we might have some problems. Oh well, whatever. What's your first heading? 227, really? Is it really going to be 227? Oh, I guess maybe it is. Alright, well let's set this to 227 anyway. Then we're all set. There we go. Okay, let's read about what's happening, and then we'll regret touching autopilot too soon. When we get in there. I know it's not engaged, but this still screws it up if you did before I noticed. Alrighty, lift off from Teplitz Airfield and set a course to the southwest. Pass over a large coal mine, which would be fun to see in the sim. Hopefully there aren't any creepers or skeletons or anything. And sight Lake Moist. Lake Moist was created by flooding, therefore moist. A large lignite coal mine that had been abandoned. That's cool. Alrighty, then right after that we're going to check out Chomutov, adjust its course slightly to the north and parallel to motorway 13, fly along the low foothills of the Ore Mountains, gain a visual of the city, shown by number of mines. Because we're doing 3 legs in one video, we're going to keep reading here at once. Maintain course and continue flying to that city that I can't pronounce, a small village on the lush hills of the foothills of the Ore Mountains. Okay, so we're going to go over a coal mine that was flooded, and then a bunch of coal mines, and then foothills, a village on the foothills of the mines, or mountains, I guess. Then we'll come back and read about the rest of the leg together. So, you know the drill. I assume this is not your first rodeo with me, so we're going to get some things set up. Oh, there's already wind. Cool. This means nothing to us now. So we're just going to take off, and hope for the best. That's the quickest introduction we've had in a long time. Alright, we're torquing up. Let's go. Release the brake. Turn on my personal volume so I can hear what's going on. And tail should come up any second. Where are you? Let's give a little bit of help. There we go. And yeah, we're just gonna, just ride in the fields and hopefully clear these trees and not hit the tree because we don't want to crash right away. Might send us back to the beginning, who knows. Alright, brakes to stop the wheels. Flaps coming up, and got 3 set my controls. There, now we're getting power. There we go. Alrighty, let's head to course to 227. I think it said. Look out the window, enjoy the scenery. We'll engage autopilot in a minute. And the reason why we use autopilot is so that we can look around more easily. Alrighty, let's do vertical speed. Hello. Vertical speed. There we go, 1300 feet per minute. Engage autopilot. Is it gonna work? It's working! No way! No way! So this first part is the coal mine that's full of water. More mines, and then off to the edge. You can't see yet is the foothills of the mines. So those of you who have only seen this video and haven't seen the bush trip videos, the way this works is I read about where we're going, and then sometimes you read about each point of interest or waypoint as we go. Sometimes you read them in a group. Just depends on how long we want the video to be. And then I show you sightseeing in between. I cut down the sightseeing, so that's not as long for you. Did you see that island? Did you see that island? Right there. Then the sightseeing isn't as long for you, but you still see everything. So, that being said, looks like we're under control already. So we're going to go up to 5,000 feet because we need to, crash into the mountains up here and enjoy the sightseeing. I'll see you at the foothills. Alright, little ways on the map, but the foothills are going underneath us. And there was quite incredible scenery. So I left a lot more sightseeing than I normally would, but holy moly, rock and rolly was it. Amazing to look at. I'm just staring in awe at everything. All these mines. I got all the mines in the sightseeing back there. You can see them in the background. Holy cow. Just incredible scenery from this altitude and available to the developers already. Before we make our turn in a couple minutes here, let's read about what is happening next. So after the foothills of the Ore Mountains, we're going to just course slightly to the south and continue to fly along the motorway corridor, which I don't know if you can see yet, but it's up here somewhere. Sight and fly to Karlovy. Very, a city that lies at the confluence of these rivers with hundreds of natural hot springs. Oh, man. It's one of the most popular tourist destinations. Hot springs. My wife was part of an outdoors group in grad school, and they would go to the hot springs in the Idaho mountains. Oh, her stories are so lovely. Yeah, maybe someday. Turn on the southwest, heading over the city and land to the southeast of the town. At the airport, and it looks like a normal airport, so shouldn't be too hard to spot, shouldn't be too hard to land, and simple as that. So look for some rivers to come together over here, and then bam, the airport. So yep, that's the only interlude you get, so enjoy some more amazing scenery, and I'll see you when it's time to land this airplane at the bottom of a hill, I think. Alright, it's time to come down and slow down and try to find this airport and land at it. I don't see it yet over there. Maybe it's over here? Perhaps. Perhaps not. Let's do some looks outside while we can. You see everything built up along the river, right? Because the river's a great resource. Let's pay attention to what we're doing, though. My goodness. Alrighty, there's a city in front of us, or the village, or town, I guess. And the airport is over there. On that plateau. Maybe it's over here. Or is it over there? Or is it over there? Without knowing the area, it's difficult. Let's not get too far off task here. Or track, I should say. And then we'll land soon. Hopefully it's not that big of a deal. I'm just really distracted by the scenery. Oh my goodness. This is amazing. Oh, there it is right there. Okay, cool. It's a little closer than I thought, which is fine. So let's just come out this way a little more. Give ourselves a little bit more space. And then always stare at the numbers so you don't hit the side of the plateau. And that's what's the most difficult part of landing when your airport is elevated from the surrounding terrain, is you want to instinctively run into the side of the mountain if you mean to or not. That's just how it's done if you don't look in the right spot, and that's a really long runway. So we have more than enough space, and I have my reversers in view, right? Yes, I do. That way I know if they actually engage before I goose it. And let's come on in here and set up a nice base and into final without hitting these hills. So let's not descend at all right now until we're ready to check out those numbers. And let's come on to final, and we do have a pappy, so we're going to take advantage of that, obviously. So let's come down and get back on the glide slope. I was so nervous about running into the side of the hills that I let ourselves be too high. Alright, throttle's all the way back just to descend here. We'll slip it a little just because we got to... Whoa. Excuse you. You're not going to slip for me? What? What's going on here? Come on. Jeez. I feel like we're kind of low, but the pappy says we're too high, but maybe the pappy shouldn't be trusted. Our speed is way too high. So let's slip this thing until we get into glide slope. I don't know, man. There we go. I feel like glide slope is going to cause us to hit the edge of the runway here, or hit the edge of the hill with those trees. So we're going to stay a little bit above glide slope. We're coming in way too fast, though. I'm still slipping it. That'll help us lose speed as we descend. There we go, losing speed. First set of flaps. Nice. Yes, it says we're high, but I don't know, man. With this tree and our problems with trees the past couple bush trips, we've been hitting trees. So let's just stay high. Full flap. Keep our speed just above stall. Because what's going to happen is we're going to nosedive after this tree, and I don't want to gain too much speed when we nosedive. So we are clear of the trees. So we're going to nosedive. See what I mean? Now we're gaining our speed back. Get ready on the reverser switch. Ride it out here. Come on. Level off. Try not to bounce. So the one bounce is acceptable, but try not to. And we're down. Reversers are engaged, brakes are on, flaps are in, yoke is all the way back, reversers in, and come on. We stopped on like 30 feet. I don't want to prop strike. There we go. Yes? Okay, good. Alright, that's Lake 6. Let's go on to Lake 7. What are we waiting for? Alright, they did some repair and refuel for us. Not that we needed any repair. That was a fantastical landing. But where are we headed? Lima Nelson? Lima November? Good grief. Which is over here, but we have some terrain to get over, and then we come back down. So we'll have to climb pretty high for this. And then once we get over here, we'll come back down so we don't have to do circles for 10 minutes. So let's just leave it like that for now. Is there any indication of terrain in the nav log? No, I don't see anything. So let's just go 7,000. I mean, that's the yellowest it's been. And 5,000 wouldn't have covered this. So let's do 7,000 for now, and then we'll see how it goes. Everything else is the way it's supposed to be. Ooh, does our GPS work magically now? There's no way our GPS would suddenly work. We'll use heading bug again. What is our first heading out of here? 159 to get out of here. So let's bring this to 159 so that we're ready to go when the time comes. There we go. Easy peasy, squeezing lemons. Okay, so about that expression. Obviously, it's easy peasy, lemon squeezy, right? So just to be different and annoying, not annoying, just to be different, I say easy peasy, squeezing lemons. I was watching something on YouTube yesterday about a car, and they said easy peasy, squeezing lemons. I'm like, what? Like, that's my thing. You can't say that. But anything that's original has been done before. And it's always probably by Bach. That's a good music joke for you. Alrighty. Told them lift off from the airport, set a course to the south-southeast, fly into the highlands, and sight the river. How do you sight a river when you're in the highlands? The town of Tuzem lies on the banks of the river. Okie dokie. That's right over here, I guess. And then after that, turn over, continue the highlands, past the forest. That'd be cool. Sight another river. It's the same river, isn't it? No, different river over here, I guess. Well, see, if you do more than one leg without stopping the sim, your mouse gets broken, see? Everybody's complaining about that. It's not just me. Alrighty, then there's a village on another riverbank. So, riverbank, or highlands, riverbank village, forest, riverbank village. Let's keep reading here since we're doing 3 legs in one. Turn to the south and continue over the highlands and the forest. Find a road in a village. So now we're going to add a road in a village. And then I'm going to clear my hiccups here. We'll read about this together. So we're going to do highlands, river city, forest, river city, forest and river, village on a road. And then we'll come back and talk about the rest of it together. So there you go. That's all we get. That's all we need. How are we looking at our flaps? One set of flap. I think the last takeoff didn't have any flaps. I just took it for granted that it did, and that's why it's so difficult in the air. Alrighty, we will do the autopilot thing once we're in the air. Parking brake off, holding the brake as though we have 10 feet to take off and we have plenty of speed. Let me redo my props. There we go, now they're working. Watching over to the right there, watching everything spool up. Whoa, excuse you. Okay, rudders are a little more well behaved than last time. Nose going to come forward for us. There we go, now we're talking. There we go, much different experience. And there you go, just like a ramp. Parking brake on, flaps come in. What? Oh, that was not me. Flaps coming in. But anyway, most of the time when you take off for a bus trip, the flaps are down one. But in this airplane, fire department. But in this airplane, I noticed they're not. So, okay, why is it pointing down with my yoke most of the way back? That's worrisome. Alrighty, let's see here. Let's do heading, please. Thank you. Vertical speed. We'll keep it at 14, I guess, and go to 7,000 feet. There we go. Not as smooth as last time because of my mouse issues, but whatever. You going to climb for us, please, so we don't hit this forest? It's a beautiful forest, but I don't want to be in it. There we go. Now it's climbing. All right. Everything looking good over here? Yes, it is. We got our heading set. Let's give it a few more here since we didn't turn right away. Okay, you know the drill. We're going to look for highlands, and then we're going to look for forests, and we're going to look for a road with cities in between. I'll see you in a couple minutes. Enjoy. Alright, somewhere up there's our village and a road. I don't see a road. We're supposed to be following a road. I guess that is it there. This road here going from town to town, probably? Okay. We'll take it. We'll say that's what it is. But let's look outside. We're already outside. Let's look around a little bit before we hop back in and read about the next greatest thing. Look at those mountains in the distance. That is pretty darn cool. We're not going that far though, I don't think. Nope, we're turning long before those mountains. Those mountains are way up here. Alrighty, we're going to Lima, November. Yeah, alright, so let's adjust this slightly. So, there's the village we're looking for on a road. So, we'll get there soon. Let's read about the next thing. I really wish these would stay collapsed. Oh, by the way, this is the pre-antepenultimate leg. Ultimate is the last. penultimate is second to last, antepenultimate is third to last, pre-antepenultimate is fourth to last. That's what we're doing right now. So there you go. The more you know. Alrighty, I think we're already looking at that village. 172, yeah, and I got to recollapse everything again. So after the village, up here, we're going to stay on course. No, we're going to turn course and sight another river. There's a little town that's on the bank of the river at the intersection of a number of highways and roads. So that'll be interesting to look forward to. A town on the river with a bunch of roads. The region was critically important to the development of Bohemia. Silver was discovered and mined here. Ooh, and then lead was mined. It is on the historic route known as the Golden Road between Prague and Nuremberg in Germany's Bavaria. Then after that little town and roads, we're going to locate another river with a little town. And then we're going to look for the airport. So here's a village that we already read about. Town, river, bunch of roads for silver mining, and then another little village and then an airport. Actually, there's an airport in between, so hopefully I don't land on that airport looking for that one. We're looking for Lima, November. Okie dokie, I'm going to get ready to turn to what, 126, I think? And then we'll be on our way to some more sightseeing. And you'll hear my voice again when it's time to get ready to land at the airport. I could come down elevation. I was a little too excited about our altitude, but we'll stay here for a while. We'll come down a little bit. We just have to come down sooner than planned. See you soon. Alright, time to do something about this. We're really close to our airport and we're really high. So let's bring throttles back so we can descend a little bit. Zoom this in so we have some idea of where we are. We know we're within 7 miles. There's 5 miles away. Okay, cool. 5 miles away. So if we look out here, it should be really easy to spot. Well, there we go. Okay, so we're in a perfect position for a base to move on to final, but we're going way too fast and we're way too high. So let's come out here. And let's give ourselves some more space. And then we should easily be able to land. I don't know why I was so high. I guess I was overzealous about altitude, but that's okay. At least I have a good attitude. Alrighty. Very, very long threshold on all of these runways. I find that kind of interesting. Maybe they have a lot of tail dragger action and they have to come down and level off or something and they need the space. It's the only thing I can think of. But anyway, alrighty, here we go. I'm hoping to peak my microphone. That was louder than I anticipated. There's a fort in front of us. Just enjoying the views before we come into land. Just gliding along. Oh my, that's not an airport, is it? No, that's the other one I said that's in the way. Yeah, that's the other one. Because we want Lima Nickelback, right? Yep. Lima Nickelback. Alrighty, let's turn on the final here. No peripheral vision, so it's kind of difficult. Where's that runway? There it is. Keep your eyes on the target. And let's see, what do we have for speed? Okay, we're good. Let's get first set of flaps down now. And then come on down. We're probably going to need to slip it. There's arguments about if you can slip with flaps. Just depends on the aircraft, I guess. Although some places like St. Bart's, you need full flap and a slip to get over the hill. So people argue about that all the time. But you know what? It's the simulator. We'll do the best we can. Look at that. The threshold is a third of the runway. Good grief. Let's try not to land on the threshold. You're not supposed to land on the threshold. But that will give us plenty of space to come down, ride it out, and land smoothly, I guess. Having our final look outside as we come out to final. Think of all the things that go into that forest. Oh my goodness. Alrighty, we'll do full flap now, I guess. It's floating, there you go, as it should. Let's not get our speed too low though, where it's going to take us half an hour just to finish this. We are, how far out? 3 miles out. Sure doesn't look like 3 miles when you're in the air, does it? Alright, just an update for you, since this is the longest final ever. Alrighty, let's keep our speed down. We are going to take advantage of this incredibly long threshold. We do have a slight tailwind from the back at 3 knots, so we could come the other way, but I don't want to. I want to take advantage of this long threshold. So nose down to keep our speed up, throttle so we don't run into the trees. And we're just going to hover here and
500.
Just land. Nothing really to talk about. No crosswind to worry about. Nothing, just a typical Tal'Dorei approach. We're going to come down steeply over these trees, then we'll level off and try not to land on the threshold because that's a big no-no. Although it'd be kind of fun to try to land between those lines, touch down on one line and stop before the next. On those carrots down there. Right, here we go. We're going to do something very unusual and keep throttle engaged just to get us over this threshold. And then we're just going to touch down right after these numbers. So throttle's back in a second here. We're about 20 feet up. Now, level off, ground effect, there it is. And boom, we're down. Reversers engaged, flaps in right away on the brakes, yoke all the way back. No reversers off. And brakes without a prop strike. Come on. Oh, it gets me every time. Okie dokie. That was leg 7, I think. So here we go. Antepenultimate leg coming right up. Alright, repaired and refueled, right? Yes, we are. Let's go see where they put us. They put us back on the end of the runway. So sometimes what happens is they leave you where you landed. But now they're putting us on the runway, which is fine. Because that's even better, especially when the runways are short. But, we'll be in the air before the touchdown zone, so it doesn't really matter. Beautiful. We came from over there. We're going to go around these mountains, I think. Not sure. Make myself kind of dizzy. Let's hop inside, confirm the repair and refuel, and it is very good. We're going to where? Charlie Sierra. Let's see what that looks like in terms of terrain. Let me back out, please. Charlie Sierra. A little bit of highlands, but mainly we're going to ride the valley. So let's go 5,000 feet and just skirt across the highlands. And then we'll be in this nice valley. That's going to be cool. Alrighty. That's awesome. I'm excited about that. Yeah. Yeah, we were at 7,000 feet and it was way too high. You know what? Let's go 6,000 feet till we get to the valley. Then once we get to this valley, we can come down. I think that's a much safer bet. Yeah, let's do that. So come over here. 6,000 feet. Okay, very simple. That's all we got to do. All right, flaps. Yeah, see, they like to have flaps up. Maybe you're supposed to take off flaps up, but it's been difficult to take off with flaps up in this airplane. All right, we're going to take off. It's a long one. Take off and set course to the south-southeast. Visually trace the roadway located east of the city to the south where it meets the river. Then there's a town on the banks of the river where it meets the motorway. That's the theme of the day. Towns on rivers. Makes sense though, right? Turn on to a course and sight a lake. Ooh, we get to look at a lake. The lake is just to the west of another town. So we're going to come down here, look for a town on a river, then we're looking for a lake in a town. Okay. Let's keep reading here. Continue on course, sight 2 small ponds. 2 ponds I can't pronounce and fly between them. This region is called the Bohemian Forest Foothills and is home to numerous protected natural areas and ruins of ancient castles. Ooh, maybe we'll see ruins of ancient castles. Gain a visual on the river and the town On its shoreline, just to the southwest of the town, is another town. Location of a castle, one of the largest castles in Central Europe and Czechia. Okay, so we look for a town on the river, a lake with a town, and then, yes, these POIs are wrong. They always get screwed up. And then we're going to look for a couple towns, castle rooms before it, and a big old castle. Okay, we can handle that. I think we can handle that. So yeah, that's enough to read about at one time here, I think. And yeah, so let's look for this castle in a second. What do we want to do? 156 on the heading bug, which is right about there. So there we go. Okay. Very simple. Don't need to worry about weather. Not on this bush strip. So here we go. Parking brake off. Hold the brake just because I want to see if I can take off before the touchdown zone. First set of flaps down. Let's see what's going to happen here. We might not be up by the TDZ. Maybe. No. Oh, maybe. Maybe. Can we get up by then? And up. We are. Haha. Sweet. Brake just off the wheels. Flaps coming in. Very nice. Alrighty. Let's get permission to turn midfield. Let's get out of here. And let's do heading bug and vertical speed of 1100 feet per minute. And autopilot. Here we go. Pretty straightforward. Yes. Nope. Why is there vertical speed, not vertical speeding? Hello? That was scary. Come on. We don't need 12 or 1700. Let's just go like that. There we go. That was weird. Anyway, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Okie dokie. I think it just wants you to touch the vertical speed button before you do something. I think that's what's going on. I think I know why that happens sometimes. Alrighty, looking outside quickly before you turn you loose to sightseeing already. Pretty straightforward stuff. This is a very straightforward bush trip, which is fine. This would be in the easy to easy, early, intermediate level of bush trips just because of its length and the tail dragger, which catch people off guard. And there were a couple crazy runways earlier, I think, if I remember. So yeah, this is like early, intermediate, late beginner bush trip, which is fine because the one we did before this was quite advanced. So nice to have a easy one. Alrighty, we're already looking at our town right up there. Boom. So we're gonna look for our town, and then we're gonna turn, look for another town on rivers, and then look for castle ruins in the castle, and I'll see you then. we're about to fly through 2 ponds right below us, and then we're going to start looking for some castle remains. I have to see if we see anything here. I did lower our elevation by 1,000 feet just so we'd be closer to the ground and we could see things better. So we're at 5,000 feet right now, which is still plenty high. You could probably do 4,700 or 4,500, but this will be good. So we're going to look around for castle remains up here after these ponds along this motorway, and we'll see. I mean, that's our next thing to make a turn. So there should be castle remains before that. I still don't see anything. Let's read about what's next so we're ready to go. There's supposed to be a large castle there though. So after this large castle we're supposed to look for, we're going to go to the north and parallel the river through the Bohemian Forest foothills to the city of Strakonis. It's located on the confluence of some rivers. It's an industrial city and known for its production of motorcycles, weapons, hats, and bagpipes. That's amazing. Any castle remains yet? Nope. After that city, we'll fly above the Bohemian Forest foothills, gain a visual on the river in the city. It was established long ago with around ponds, aquaculture, mainstay for the area's economy. And then we'll maintain a heading past a number of ponds and lakes in the area and gain a visual on the lake. It's the most productive aquaculture location. And then the airport after that. Wait, another group of what? Another group of ponds. Okay, so let's look here for some more castles. Whoa, let's reset this. I still don't see any castle remains. But anyway, after the castle remains, we're looking for in a big old castle. We're going to turn and look for an industrial city. Go over the Bohemian foothills. And look for a few more towns and then land. So that's the plan. I don't see anything here that resembles castle remains. But we'll look together here. So we can say we tried. See any castles there? Not yet. Not quite yet, but we're looking. If we don't know where to look, it makes it difficult. But let's see here. Do we see anything? I don't see nothing. So maybe you know where to look. You can pause the video and look, but I ain't seen nothing in there that looks like castle stuff. Maybe in editing I'll see it and then I'll roll my eyes at myself. But what heading do we want now? We want, I don't know, we want something. 110 probably it says. So let's bring this down to 110. And then we'll look for the industrial city, the Bohemian foothills, a few more towns, and then the airport. And I'll see you when it's time to land this thing. Enjoy! Alright, we're going through the foothills and all the ponds. And there's our next place to look for. So let's keep reading about the rest of this leg. And then, of course, this leg ends the video, so make sure you're subscribed so you know the conclusion to the bush trip drops. As well, let's hit the like button so people know we exist. But we're not quite there yet. We need to land still. So we're going to maintain position, parallel motorway 20, past number of ponds and lakes. That's what all this is up here. And then the lake Berdez. I think we read about that already. Can't remember. Maybe we did. Maybe we read about this. Anyway, we're going through all this area here looking for a lake. After that, we're going to head to the south over a town and land on the runway. That looks normal. That's our plan. We're sticking to it because we have to. And there we go. So all the ponds, looking for the lake right there. And then looking for the town and the runway. So a few more minutes of sightseeing for you. About 15 minutes of flying for me. And I'll edit it down to something that's consumable, and I'll see you when it's time to land this thing. So I think our runway is right here. I think. Don't know for sure, but we have time to look outside together because there's the lake in front of us that we're supposed to be looking out for. And we do a slight bend. And on the map, if you take this point and that point, this point and that point and line them up, it goes right to the airport. So maybe it's not there, maybe it's over there. I don't know. I shouldn't say anything until we get closer, but I'm excited to find this runway. So we can see if we have another decent landing, hopefully. But here's all the ponds, the towns, the everything. They're the foothills of the forest. And then some more mountains there, which are actually higher than we are. And then, yeah, then we have 2 legs to go to finish this thing. Not sure where they're going to take us, because I'm not going to look at the map yet. But anyway, let's see. Here's the time to do anything. Just about. And then we'll turn to the south and look for this airport. So let's get comfy in our chair in our flying landing position and turn off autopilot and start heading that way, and bring back throttles a little bit to come down. Remember, use your throttles to descend. That's not the airport there, is it? No. Use throttles to descend. Attitude for speed. Pitch for speed, I guess. Wait, maybe that's right there? It's not that big, is it? That's what she said. Well, yeah, that could be it. That very well could be it. Okay, well, let's fly that way a little bit and see if it is in fact a runway. So again, throttles to come down, nose up to slow down a little bit until you know what we're doing. Yeah, that could be it. Okay, I don't know how it's so far off in my... Yeah, that's definitely it. Okay, let's come out here so we can have a nice approach. We don't need as long of a final as in the last leg, but we want some kind of a final. Long threshold on that one too. Alrighty, let's not hit the mountains in front of us. Let's check out the big old town. I love how the runway is longer than the town. Are we going to head that way? I'm curious. No, we're going to go over here next time. Okay. Anyway, the scenery is getting kind of crappy again. It got really, really good for a while, and now the... Well, is there something down there? The resolution or something isn't as great as it could be, but it'll be fine. Alright, that's way enough room for a final, so let's bring throttles back to descend even more. And we'll keep our speed for now, though. We're in flap range, so we're good. I think that's a runway down there. If I were to zoom way in, does a runway show up? Nope. Never mind. Let's keep our eye on the prize here. Keep an eye on our vitals as well. Don't need to slip it or anything. I'm just bringing throttles. No, I have throttles quarter engaged, I guess, to descend. A little bit of wind, but that's fine. Let's descend a little bit more here. Again, it's a tail dragger, so we can swoop down at the last minute and level off at the last second. With this long area here, we got more than enough space. But our speed is picking up. So let's bring throttles back a little bit, nose up to slow down. Throttles back will help us continue to descend. I'm landing like it's a small jet, but whatever. It's a bush trip, but doesn't feel very bush trippy in terms of landing, so we'll take advantage. We've had plenty of landings where we had swoop into a tiny mountain airport. So let's take advantage of the simplicity of this one. Alright, let's level off. So what we're going to do level off is just increase throttle. We're not going to nose up or anything, because that would slow us down. So increase throttle to level off, turn on to final. Whoa. Don't stall on us then, please. Nope. Alrighty, full flap now, although we don't need it, but we'll use it. Let's continue to descend, so throttles back to resume our descent. Letting the nose drop to keep our speed. We don't want to go any slower than this until we're past the trees. So we will pitch and throttle accordingly. Alrighty. A little bit of throttle to control our descent. More throttle to control our descent. And look at that woodland mansion in the dark forest.
500.
Look at that. Oh wait, this isn't Minecraft. Alrighty, throttles back to come down. Controlling our speed with pitch. It might look smooth to you, but it's a lot of concentration and a lot of things going on my end. Adjusting throttle ever so slightly so we don't descend into the trees. A little bit of crosswind from the right. We could do right wing down left rudder to compensate for a crosswind landing. Crosswind landing. Alright, here we go. We have so much runway. I'm acting like we have 200 feet, but we don't. We got like 4,000 feet or more. So here we go. Round out a little bit. Throttles back. Let it descend right about stall. Ground effects. Take it easy. Take it easy. There we go. Reversers engaged. Flaps in. Yoke back on the brakes. And reversers done. Brakes don't prop strike. Ooh, there we go, we did it. Alright, so that concludes this video, so make sure you subscribe so you know when the final 2 legs drop of this bush trip. And hit the like button even if you normally don't, that way people know we exist, and I'll see you next time.